This horse is 1-9, so I mean, it's no big story that she should win the race, and she should win it easy, you know. But I said, you got 4 horses in here that's got a lot of speed. They all want to be on the front end. I said, just let them go. Just take her back wherever she feels comfortable, let her relax. And I said, just make sure that when you decide to let her run, that she has room to run, and she'll run. And he says, yeah, he knows her, you know.
The 6-horse Sasha B got a great break out of the gate. Our Little Hen, the 1-horse, was bringing up the rear along with the 5-horse Boundary Lane. And Sasha B opened up an early 4.5 lengths lead, setting a very fast pace. Our Little Hen was 10 lengths behind halfway through. Sasha B had a 7-length lead at the quarter pole, but Our Little Hen would make a late run going to the outside, made up some ground in a hurry, and immediately erased that deficit and overtook Sasha B, who led from the gate, winning by 3.5 lengths.
Yeah, I go to Kentucky every year, usually the January Keeneland sale, and I usually buy anywhere from 4 to 7 yearlings, and she's just one of them that I picked out. She was a little small, but her mother was a stakes winner, and it's her first foal, and I really like to take the first foals because they don't know that the mare's not a real producer, you know. Once they've proven they're a producer, then you can't afford to buy them, you know. So if you buy the ones that and take a chance, then if it turns out great, then you got a good deal, like she is. We ran her twice. We ran her twice here last year. The first time she ran, she beat the boys, and that's a good sign that you got a nice tough filly when you can beat the boys. Then she come back and run second in a little handicap here and run a good race, just got beat by a nose. And so then I took her to Seattle, laid her off for a while, took her to Seattle, and we started her up there for 4 or 5 times. She won 2 up there. And then as soon as Portland opened for training, we brought her back down here because the surface is so much nicer to horses here, you know, as far as keeping them sound and stuff, so. George Rosales, or Gay Rosales, I kind of got hooked up with him in Seattle a little bit. He come down to barn and got on some, you know, and I tend to look for a first call rider, which means I want one rider that when I enter a horse, I know who's going to ride the horse. I'm not going to get spun for somebody else, you know, and you get a working relationship, you know, and then when you have a good relationship with a rider and you can tell them what you're thinking. If you don't have a good relationship, you kind of hold back thinking, well, it might make them mad, or might make, you know, it's just easier if you know them real well and they trust you and you trust them. So we've got a great relationship, just as I did with Mark, but in all the years that I've trained, I've always tried to have a first call rider because it just makes it so much simpler. But there's horses that nobody fits all horses. And if it came to the point where I'd say, well, I want to try somebody else, he would be fine with that. And if I said, if there's a horse that you really want to ride, I'm fine with it, you know, just come and tell me and we'll work it out, you know. So, because I don't want to stop anybody from winning the race that, you know, that I can't win, that they could win, you know. And, but most of the time it's, you know, I try to put him on the best horse, and that's just what Lucas told me one day when they had a seminar here at Portland. He said, don't put yourself in a position you have to be a real horse trainer. He says, just run the best horse. If you run the best horse, you know, you'll win a lot of races. And so yeah, it's all in placing where you put the horse and, you know, give the horse the best chance to win.